Hi. Hello, Miss Kim. Hi, Laura. This is your first. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you
I
hear me?
can hear you.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Hi, how are you? Welcome
I'm
to
good.
the
How are you?
party.
Thank you.
Have we met? I think we have. You look very
We
familiar.
met are you talking to me, Leslie?
Yes. Yes. Oh,
We met in Sedona, um, at the Meritage. Oh, no,
oh, L'Auberge,
Auberge. Auberge.
L'Auberge,
Yeah.
L'Auberge. Because you look familiar, but I'm also like, maybe
You,
not.
yeah, you called it spot on with your tarot reading, and I told my husband about it. I'm like, I've got to see her again. So
Oh,
here I
sweet.
am.
Well, welcome, welcome. You're getting ready to meet several
Thank you.
people in the crew, and I'm just glad you're here. You're here for a
Lovely.
good one. We're talking about gateways. Leslie, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Meet Kim. We'll introduce ourselves when we start getting more people in the room. Kim has been with me for a very, very long time, and she almost also met me at L'Auberge, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So that has been a great source for
Uh-huh.
me. They just sold. We will
What?
Oh,
see
they
how
did?
Really?
it goes. Yes.
Oh.
So,
Ooh.
so there's two different, somebody else knew. Wonderful. There's two different sides to the property, and the property sold. The same people are running it. So I get to go meet them tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Good luck.
If I have a job
Hey.
tomorrow, they might be like crazy redhead telling Tara, no, 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 can't have her here. Hi,
You can.
Carmen. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome.
How are you?
I'm good. Will you turn?
Yeah,
There
there you
you
go.
are.
Yeah, I know. I'm at the
Hello.
gym, so I'm hiding in the corner, but hello. Nice to see
Oh,
you.
welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for
Yeah,
joining us. This is
yeah.
your first time with us, I think,
It
right?
is. Yes. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. We'll get a bunch of people in the room and we'll go around and let everybody say hi. But so far, like, I got a couple of new people this month,
All
and this is
right.
a good month. This is a good month for it because we're gonna have some real things to get everybody. I think we all need it.
Right. Yes.
We all
I
need
think
to
so.
be in a better place.
Hmm.
Just saying. So there's a lot of information. I'm going to do my best to get through it as quickly as possible. So I mean, not quickly, but like in a way where I can get through all of it because it's a lot. But it's fun. So have your
Yay.
notebooks ready, and if you don't have a notebook, especially for the people that are new, I record all of these and then I put them up on YouTube under a private link, and then I resend that link out, and you can rewatch them at your whenever you want to. And so there's lots and lots of really good, content that you can come back to and use later on. Like once you buy into one of the magic salons, you can come back to it anytime. I don't take the links down or change them out or anything. Hi, Rue.
Hello.
Beautiful lady. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good to see you smiling, dear.
Yeah. It's good to be smiling.
Yes, it is. Rue is one of what I call my goats, the greatest of all time. So if you ever need a really great hypnotherapist, this is who I use. And she's also my bestie, and I love her dearly. Hi, Dee. Good to see you, darling. Thanks for your feedback. There are like, I think 12 or 14 of us this time. So I just want to get as many people in the room as possible, and then we'll go around and do intros. Do, 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 do. I just did the wicked. Do, 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 do. I swear it's not going to be like that. It's going to be really good. Hi, Kie.
Hey.
Hi, Dan. Welcome. I have three new people this month. That's fabulous. Hello. Welcome, welcome. And I know Daniel said he was going to be a little behind time, and it's 6:01, so we're going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. It makes my heart really, really happy. And we're going to talk a lot about gateways today. But before we move into that, and as people are getting in the room, I just want to go around and have you guys introduce yourselves because for me, this is about building family. It's about building connections with other people and creating community that you can come back to and say hi to, and maybe you guys hang out offline or to chat with each other. I've actually already had that happening, which makes me super stoked. Um, there's also a Patreon community that most of these people are on, so you're more than welcome to come there and join for free. And, I put up content on several different levels on Patreon, and you can all connect with each other on there, and that's what it's there for. I'm just trying to create a social media feed, you all, that is filled with good stuff and nothing crazy. I can't do crazy anymore. I'm out of the crazy. I thought I was crazy, and now I feel like the world has gotten crazy and I am normal. Which is such an odd feeling. So, um, if you want a space where you feel like you can be safe and you can say things that are protected and all the good stuff, please hop over to Patreon. Uh, a lot happens on the free tier. I'm not asking you to, put any money into it unless you just want to. It's just a place to come and get some really good social media stuff. Okay, so why don't we go around the room? Everybody, I hope, knows who I am and has at least met me. Dan, I don't know where I know you from. Did I meet you at L'Auberge? Okay.
Oh, the Bears is.
All right, I was just on
Yeah.
mute. Yes, yeah, it was 2023, I think, summer.
Oh,
We were in,
wow.
I think so, yeah, because it was before our daughter was born. My wife and I were at that resort, and then I think we had a follow up with you last summer at some point virtually. We're in Oregon. My wife and I live in Oregon, and I don't know what all information to give, but we had such an impactful time when we met you, Tanya, in that at the resort, and then another one a year later, and then obviously signed up for the emails. And I saw one late last year and was trying to attend, and then life got in the way, and then it's something you sent it was the you are new affirmation at some point early in the year. I have it on a sticky note here on my computer. So that kind of got things back on my radar. And then this morning, kind of like you're talking about with the inundation of news and my work and everything was not planned. And I just saw the email pop up and I'm like, I'm just going to click yes and then let my wife know and just at least know I have some time in this day where it's not going to be flooded by all the stuff, because it's hard. If you don't make time for it, it will fill your whole time if you're not
It
intentional.
sure
So,
will. And on that note, I want to put something out there for you all, and I've said it a lot across the internet and in these group meetings. And Dan, this is a perfect thank you for opening for this. When you feel like the world is like really getting like it's taking you for the ride and instead of you riding it, right? My Ayurvedic doctor is brilliant, and she said, "Look, you've got to look at the day like this. You've got 8 hours to sleep. You've got 8 hours to work and play because there ain't no way you're really working for 8 hours. So let's get real. You got to put your playtime in there. Okay. And then you have 8 hours for self-care. So plan your day around those three chunks of time. And I will tell you, and Lars, my husband, is on here, and a lot of you know him. I use all my 8 hours every single day. It has become imperative to my mental and emotional well-being that I honor that time. And I feel like all of us deserve to do that, especially with what's going on right now. Okay? So 8 hours to sleep, 8 hours to work and play, and 8 hours for self-care. And self-care can look any old way you want. I love a good bath, but maybe you like to take a walk. Maybe you want to do all of the things. Maybe you just want to disconnect from like the internet or whatever, right? Maybe you want to watch a good movie. Like whatever your self-care routine is, please honor it. You got 8 hours every day to do it. Please think about that. Going to the gym. I love that I got Carmen here in the gym. So Carmen, can you introduce yourself? One of my other new people here.
Yes, you bet. Hello, I'm Carmen. It's nice to meet you all. Yeah, this is my first time. So like Dan, I don't really know what all to say, but I'll just kind of go into it. Although I will say my numbers are not quite that. I would say I more so have been working for 3 months or 4 months straight at the 15 hours a day. So you can work 8 hours a day. You can actually work 15 hours a day, but it's not healthy and it's caught up with me. And it's just, I can't sustain that. So I definitely need to reset. I need to, just put up the boundaries and enter the self-care, right?
Yes.
Yes,
You're
yes.
speaking our language. You're speaking
I
our
know,
language.
I
Thank you.
know. Yeah. So, yeah, and I met you, and I don't know if that whatever the name of the hotel you said, but in
L'Auberge.
Sedona. Yeah, okay. We met in Sedona probably about a year and a half ago or so. So yeah, I'm excited to be here, and I think what you put in the email just caught my attention too about quantum leaping. I think I thought, oh, let me hear more. I'm curious
We
about
will
that.
hear
So,
about that. We're going to work on
mhm.
quantum leaping. So thank you, Carmen. I
Oh, yes,
appreciate you.
thank you.
Miss LaRue, my goat in the
Yes,
room
ma'am.
so far. Tell me about you, darling.
Well, listen here. I'm an old timer that's just still standing after all this time. uh,
Yes,
I still
queen.
I still do sessions with people. I do sessions with myself. That's how I've gotten through some pretty serious physical situations.
Mhm.
And I'm on the other side of that and very grateful. And let's see, Tanya and I go back, whoa, 6, 7 years
Mhm.
since Asha Strong. And she is without a doubt one of the most powerful, influential, and loving people that I know in my
Takes one
life.
to know one, my sweet love.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
pay these people to say this for all you new. They're on a really, really deep payroll that's pennies, pennies deep. Dee, you're next, my darling.
Hello, everyone. I've been coming to these for a while. Tanya does readings for me and many people in my family. So she's part of the family through that. So happy to be here. I am on the road right now, very happily on the road right now, and getting out and about by myself. So really enjoying that. Happy to see all you guys that I always see, but happy to see new people too. So welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Dee. Miss Kim?
Yes. I think Tanya, I think I've known you maybe 5 years. The same thing, LaBerge. And you do readings for me multiple times a year and always on point and give me a lot of peace and just wisdom. So I love being able to tap into that, and I love getting to be on this call every month.
Yay,
And coming
thank
to you
you.
now from Minneapolis. So I've officially moved to Minneapolis like 8 weeks ago. So
That
yeah,
is a big deal. We've been talking
yeah,
about that for a while, so
yeah.
you finally made it, which is great.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Kie, you're up next.
Hi, Happy New Year, everybody. New Year,
Hi, Kie.
Lunar
Happy New
New
Year.
Year.
It is a New Year's today, you all.
Um, I relocated to Sedona from New Mexico about 3 years ago, and I met Tanya a little after, and I feel very blessed to have her in my life. And
So
yes, I've been on those meetings since the beginning, was
I
it?
think
Or
since the
yeah,
beginning, I think you've been here since the beginning.
yeah.
There's been quite a
So, and I
few of you.
always enjoy them. So,
Thank
yes,
you, darling.
happy to be part of the community.
Leslie, your turn, darling.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Leslie. Originally from Boston, living in Atlanta now. And first, my first experience with Tanya was at Auberge, like many, and I loved her energy. That to me was the most singular part of her that I could resonate with. So I really enjoyed that. And I also believe that there's a purpose for most things. And when I saw your email today pop up, and then I read through your description, I said, that's for me. It's now my time. It's now time to do this. So
Yes.
here I am.
Yes. This is the perfect year for it. Yes, it is. Numbers and all kinds of symbols, they're all in here this year. We're going to talk about all of it. Blue, sit back down, my friend, my love. Talk to us.
Hi, hi. Sorry I had to let a cat in the window. Um, Tanya and I have known each other for I don't know how many years. It's been a while.
Long time.
Uh, 6 or 7-ish, maybe less.
Maybe more than that, actually, I think.
And we met at
The
this,
Health, Healing, and Happiness Tour.
yes,
Only in
yes.
Sedona, you all. Only in Sedona.
It was awesome. We met and it was like, I love you, oh my God. And we've been in
And
each
we've been
other's
like this
lives ever
ever since.
since.
You're going to hear this a lot, you all, just so you know. Instantaneous. Keep going.
Yeah, and I've been with this group from the beginning, and yeah, Tanya and I have just been helping each other through life
Mhm.
and boosting each other up whenever we can, and I just
Yes.
adore her.
And I
And
adore you.
Oh, I love you so much. And I'm really happy to be here. And I'm really happy we've got some new people. And it's good to see the usual people too. Hi, everybody.
Yes. We have a little family going. Miss Terry, my uptake woman of the century. Like if I just barely hint at something, she's all over it. It's wonderful. If you ever want to like follow somebody's energy that really knows how to like meet an energy and make it happen, follow Terry. I don't know, like she's just open to receive. Terry, please introduce yourself, my love.
Hello, I'm Terry. I met Tanya through a mutual friend.
Mhm.
I used to live in California. Can you believe it's not even 2 years ago this all happened?
I can't believe it.
Not
It's
even
shocking.
not even 2 years. And I was going through some really, really, really tough stuff and feeling very lost. And our mutual friend said, I need you to talk to somebody. I think you're like family. You're gonna fit perfect. And so the minute we looked at each other, we connected.
Mm.
And she had we have this way of just like connecting, and I have the ability to hear her,
Mm.
which is big for me. Because I can get caught into my own head and spiral, and I'm all over the place. But Tanya's kind of taught me to hone in on those feelings or those inclinations or those things that I feel are happening, but I don't think that they're happening, but they really are happening. Did I put that right?
Synchronicities. Synchronicities. We call those
And
synchronicities.
so I've had a lot of it where she's told me, I see this. Your guides see this. This is what's going to happen, and I'm like, yeah, okay. And I walk out the door, and things start going here and there, all over the place. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, but she keeps me grounded and keeps me focused, and I through our talks and our chats and our little meetings, because now I'm in South Carolina. So
Just moved twice.
in the year and a half, I moved from Los Angeles area, California, to St. Petersburg, Florida. And I was in St. Petersburg for 10 months. And then I moved to South Carolina, where I am planted. And Tanya told me this was going to be a journey. And I'm still going through some of the stuff that we've talked about. So
We're working through it though. It's been an incredible couple of years. So,
things
and then Lars is always here. Lars, please turn your camera on and show people that you're a real human being and that
He's not a robot.
he's not a robot. Please say hi to everybody, love.
Actually, I'm the state-of-the-art AI these days, so don't believe anything she says. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is my partner in the world, my husband. He does all my recordings and he's also my MC when I go on the road. So we're very connected and we work well together. There is one more person that's going to be joining here in just a little bit. His name is Daniel. He's been my friend for 20 plus years and he's an astrologer. So he might be popping in and we might not have him introduce himself. But trust me, he's part of this because we had a little meeting this morning and I got some more downloads for us. So does everybody who can have a little notebook, have a notebook with them? Okay. And like I said, if you don't, you're going to get a recording of this in the next day or two, so you can revisit it. And I highly recommend that you revisit. And the more of these that you do, the more you get access to, and you can go back to them and revisit them again. And I do that as a really conscious effort to make sure that you always have access to materials that maybe they didn't ring true for you when we did them, but they might now, right? So we did a whole tea magic salon a few months ago, and maybe that wasn't your greatest interest, but all of a sudden we're in winter, tea sounds really great, right? And maybe you want to revisit those things. So I try to make sure that you always have access to magic salon content. You're all going to get a card tonight towards the end of this, after we go through what we're going to learn about with quantum leaping and things. And they wanted me to give an overall message to everyone that is here for this month. So the next Magic Salon, honestly, it might be February is a short month. And for those of you who don't know, I'm really heavily involved with our film festival here in Sedona, and it takes up my last 2 weeks of February for the most part. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do one like before February is over, but my plan is to do one at the beginning of March and at the end of March, okay? Because March is a much longer month. So I don't want you to think that, it's not going to happen. It will happen. I just need some time to figure out how those 2 weeks are going to play out. So your overall energy that we're all going to be rolling around in for the next 4 weeks-ish, and I love this because it's true, and Dan, you really hit the nail on the head for the energy tonight, because this was the card they pulled out. Ooh, can you all read that? Allow yourself space. Okay. This whole next month, and I really feel this hot and heavy, that we really need to create space around us. And that is going to help you with what I call timeline jumping, quantum leaping, new paradigm, getting into a new paradigm, a new belief system. All of those I kind of use interchangeably, manifestation, right? Because they all are forms and words that describe us creating the life that we are here to experience, okay? So I want to be real clear. If you are dreaming it, you are supposed to have it. Okay? You would not have it appear or in your heart if it wasn't on your timeline to experience. So I like to use, I don't know how many people here know who Chappell Roan is. Okay, so she's a pop star right now. And I love using her interview as an example. And I'll just give you what she said in it, because it's true, right? She's like a 10-year overnight success. So 10 years ago, she got picked up by a major label and it fell flat. Nobody heard her. Okay. She goes back home to her tiny little farm town in Missouri. She's working at the local coffee or donut shop or something. And she's sitting there hating life because she's went out, she's tried something, she got the big break, and it didn't work out for her. Right? Been there. I think many of us, maybe all of us, have been there multiple times in our life, right? And she said what came over her was, why do I have this dream if I'm not supposed to fulfill it?
Mm-hmm.
Woof! My head came off. I was like this young woman who's not even 30 yet. It's like the Beatles made all their best music, made all their music before they were 30, right? All of a sudden, she's like, poof, she has this epiphany. I wouldn't have this dream if I wasn't supposed to do it. She takes all the money, which wasn't much, that she had, and she goes back to LA. And within 3 weeks, she's like the biggest pop star in the world under Taylor Swift right now, right? Like, seriously, she's just huge, right? So I'm here to tell you, if you have a dream, any dream, I don't care what the dream is. I don't care if it feels crazy. My gosh, if William Shatner can go to outer space at 91, you can do whatever the heck you want. Okay? I mean, seriously, just look at the landscape of the world. If you can dream it, you can have it. So what do you really want? I mean, what do you really want? Like, let's not talk about this pie in the sky, somebody else's dream, and if I say it, it's going to feel really good and other people will validate me in that. What do you really want? And I want to share something with you that took me a long time to be able to express, because I was raised in an old paradigm of thought about money. Okay, so money's a big deal on this landscape that we live in, because money in this timeline is incredibly important. It's what gives us power, right? And I don't mean power like power hungry, but power over our lives in this timeline. Okay, I grew up on a farm. We, grew all of our own stuff. We were not wealthy in the sense that we had money, right? I felt highly uncomfortable telling my family that I wanted to, welcome Daniel, that I wanted to be wealthy. like financially wealthy when I grew up, because that was not a supported thought in my family. Like if you had wealth, they did not feel like if you just got it or won it, it wasn't earned in some way, it just wasn't okay. So I didn't know what I really wanted to do. And as I got older and I worked with a lot of people in my life who are incredible leaders and counselors and mentors, they were like, what do you really, really want? Like, what is it beneath all the other things that really make you happy? And I had to really get right with it. I had to really think about it. I love money. I love what the energy of money allows me to do and create for other people. And I had to get right with, I really do want to be famous. I love being in front of people. And I had to also realize that, like, that's okay to have that dream. You're not in, I'm not in my ego about it. I just enjoy it. You, all of you, energize me, right? The minute that I realized what I really wanted, everything else became very, very easy, right? I was just lying to myself, right? I went all through college. I went through theater. I did communications. I thought I was going to be a newscaster, all the things, anything to get in front of people, but I didn't know why I wanted to be in front of people, right? And now I know. And there's I've got some books for us that I think are going to help some of us. We all learn differently, and I want to make sure that you have them, okay? So there's an incredible book. It's for marketing. I was a marketer once upon a time too. It's called Start With Why, and it's by Simon Sinek. It's an incredible book. It's like 15, 20 years old now. He's got a TED Talk that's also that old. He's really come up in the world. He's right. If you know what your why is, everything else becomes really easy. But the minute that you move away from the why, or you don't know what the why is, it's incredibly convoluted, right? Like you can't see your way out of it. So what I have here is a list of exercises, and these are all things that I have used or still am using today that help us quantum leap into the existence that is best for us, right? And each one of us is a little different, but you're here and we're all in the same soul family, so we're all working toward the same goal, okay? So please, I'm going to make a little note. Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Highly recommend that book. It is a book all about marketing, but it will tell you how to hone what your why is. Like he talks about Walmart, he talks about Apple, he talks about all kinds of big businesses and how the ones who made it never got away from their why, and the ones who failed, like TiVo, which I still love today, got away from their why, right? And he gives very, very, very specific information about that. And if you do that in your life, now it doesn't need to be about business. Please apply it to, like, if you want to have a family or you want to have kids or whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Know why you want those things, because then they become much easier to accomplish. Okay. Another book that they brought up as I was sitting in meditation about tonight, and I've been giving this book a lot. So if you all have heard me say it, I'm just going to repeat it. And it's been coming up over the last 6 weeks, hot and heavy in a lot of my readings. It's Julia Cameron's The Artist Way. It's been out since the 90s. Julia has come to Sedona. I don't know, she used to come every year, sometimes twice a year. She is a 12-stepper, okay? And she's very open about being a 12-stepper. And what she did was create a 12-step program for artists, right? But it's not just for artists. Like if you do this, your trajectory will change. It comes with a book and a workbook and 12 steps and all the things. It's like a bink, 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 bink. Like you can just follow along with what she tells you. It's a 30-day little program. I would highly recommend it. I got it for my sister years ago. I used to always have a copy. I looked for my copy today. I don't have it. I'm assuming I lent it out to somebody and it just never came home, and that's totally fine. You can get them on Amazon. They're still in print. But my brother-in-law uses it every year. He does it every November. And he's just a huge success, and he's incredibly esoteric, and he's really an interesting human being that is thinks he's very left brain and logical, but he's very feely and touchy, to be honest. And this artist way, he tells me every year, he goes, it changes my life. It really changes my timeline. Like, those are the words that he uses. So if you like books and you like things that give you steps to take, may I highly recommend Julia Cameron's The Artist Way. I just don't ever think it's going to go out of style. I don't think that you're ever going to not find it useful. Okay. I do have another one. We'll talk about that one a little later. So, I have sat and gathered so many pieces and parts of information, and how you all learn is very different from each other, right? Like, some of you might do better. Like, I do great pretending like I'm being interviewed by someone. Like, usually it's somebody really famous, like Oprah or something, right? And I talk to her like I'm talking about my life, and my life has already happened. Like, she's interviewing me and I'm telling her, like, oh, well, this happened, and then this happened, and then I had this. And I say it even if it hasn't happened yet. I just treat it like that. Now, some of you might not be comfortable with that type of frequency about speaking out loud, because I talk out loud. Like, half the time it's when I'm driving or when I'm out hiking in the trails or something, right? If that is not how you want to create your new timeline and step into your own power, I'm going to talk you through some journal entries, some art things that you can do, some imagination and meditation things, because I want you to be able to pick and choose what is going to work for you, because this has to become a daily practice. And you have to make time for it. If you really, truly want your leap to happen and you want to be in a better place for yourself, this is not willy-nilly, I gotta, feel good once a week or whenever I feel like it. Like, you have to, it's a muscle, and you have to exercise it just like you would go to the gym and exercise your muscles, your physical muscles. These are your spiritual muscles, and you have to honor them 100%. And then it gets real easy. Like, I wish somebody had told me that when I was in my 20s. Oh, just practice. It's just like working out. Wow, I would have probably stuck to it. I'm really good at what the doctor tells me to do, right? So I'm here to tell you, make this a practice. So I think that's why Dan's comment earlier made me go, oh, I need to let people know, break your day up, right? Carmen, 15-hour work days are not sustainable. They are not good for you. And not only are they not good for you, girl, they'll hurt you in the long run. I know, I used to do it. Like, I was there. Okay. So out of love, I want you to get on the schedule, these 3 8-hour segments of your day. And you can break these segments up any way you want. Okay. So when I say practice, it's up to you. Try to get to 10 minutes a day. Now, 10 minutes out of a whole 24-hour period is not that much. Please know that the more you do this, the more time you put into it, the more effortless it will happen for you, and the quicker it will happen for you. But I'm not one of these people, and I'm also not going to put it in your mind that it's hard, because it's not hard, right? But I'm also not going to tell you like, whoop, 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 and there it is, right? Because I tried that and it didn't work for me. So I just want to be really, really honest about, like, look, if you really want new things, you've got to go and put work in to have new things, right? So if you want to be on the most amazing timeline for you, first is to figure out what the hell you really want. What do you really want? What is it? What's your life goal? Right? And if you don't know what that is, now is a good time to start working on it. Okay. So one of the questions that I love to start out with, and Kie reminded me of this the other day when we were together, and I love this question. What do you have 5 years from now that you don't have now? Think about it. 5 years from now, you have one thing, a list of things. What do you have 5 years from now that you don't have right now? And I want you to answer that. These are things for you to think about and take with you and practice, okay? Get real with it. What is it? Be honest. Make a list. Because if you know what you have 5 years from now that you don't have now, you know your future self is telling you what that is. So now you have a guide to go toward those things, right? Okay. I was with Daniel earlier today, and I told a story about my mother. And for all y'all that have not heard about my mom yet, she was a witch with a W and a B. And she was wonderful in many ways. And in many ways, I'm very thankful that it was a hard way to grow up because I learned a lot. But one of the things that she told me when I was very young is she was like, darling, you're never going to need witches' spells. You're never going to need tools. You're never going to need any of that. And Daniel gave me a great quote today, and I just want to give him credit for it because this is so true. There's a huge difference between doing magic and being magic. And my mother was telling me that I was to be magic. And for all of us to be magic, because that is who we are. Every single day, we are a magical being. And we have 7 senses. And I'm tapping you into those 7 senses right now. So we know what the 5 are, right? Touch, taste, smell, all those, right? Those are the easy ones. Then we have that 6th sense, that inner knowing, that lands about right here, right? That 3rd eye. Your 7th sense is that sense of wonder and awe. And we forget about it when we get into adulthood. I mean, I tell this story a lot. I was fascinated by grass when I was a kid. I could lay out in the yard for hours and play with grass because I was in such wonder about all the things I could create with just something in my yard that was free, right? And I could do it without anybody telling me, right? It was fascinating. How many of us go out in the yard and lay in the grass and play with grass for hours now as adults? Right? That being that we are working toward is a sense of wonder and awe, and we have to be in the being of the moment to be able to feel it and be in it. And we have to allow ourselves to do that. Every moment of every day is a moment to be in wonder and awe. I'm going to pick on LaRue here for a hot second. There's not a moment that I don't think about her and don't go in wonder and awe over what she is accomplishing right now in her physical reality. And I go, God, when I grow up, I hope I'm that fucking amazing. Right? Wow.
Thank you.
Okay. So you have to be magic. You have to really believe it. You have to really want it. And you're here, so I know that you want those things. So the first thing now that we have the question out there, right? 5 years from now, what do you have that you don't have right now? Once you get the answer to that, and let that be your starting point of some of these other exercises that I've put down here. Okay. I'm going to give lots of little prompts for you. The first one is I want you to imagine a camera, like you've taken a bunch of pictures on your cell phone, right? And you're looking at your camera roll. Like we do this all the time, right? Look at your camera, right? Looking at your camera roll. What are you looking at? What if it's a picture of you, and I'm going to use really generic things here because there's a lot of us on here. What if it's a picture of you in front of your dream home? Or maybe it's a picture of you at your dream office, right? Maybe it's a picture of you traveling around the world. Maybe it's a picture of you with a partner or a spouse or a child or a pet, right? Maybe it's all of those things. So imagine what your camera roll on your phone looks like or your social media feed with you in the picture of all of these things that you are trying to manifest. When I talk about quantum leaping, this is the thing I'm talking about. It's not stepping in, I wish it was like Stargate, stepping through Stargate, like the old movie. I wish it was like that. But it starts here and then it manifests here. Okay? So look through your phone. Like just get into that energy that you're looking through your phone at all the most important things that are happening in your life right now, and that you're really visualizing yourself doing it. Okay? And I hate to use the word visualize, but I feel like it's overused, but I think you get the idea, right? Talk into the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. And I want you to talk to yourself. Things like, oh my God, you're never going to believe what happened to me today. Like, I do this one at night before I go to sleep because when you're asleep, you're traveling, right? The Native Americans tell you safe travels when you go to sleep because they know your energy body's out there doing some work while your physical body is repairing itself, right? So I go and look in the mirror and I go, damn girl, I love you. Can you believe all the good things that happened today? Now, whether they really happened today or they did not happen today, none of that matters, right? I'm making up a whole bunch of beautiful scenarios like, oh my God, I got that phone call from that friend who told me that they got a big new job, right? Right? Most of mine are about other people. They're not always about myself. You know, I got a phone call from my sister. The adoption went through. The other day I did that and I got an email from her that said the adoption went through. I was really excited for her because she's been waiting for it to be final, right? So look at yourself in the mirror and maybe you have affirmations that you say. Maybe you're just talking about the new place that you are now. When you go to sleep, your body knows that that's the truth. Okay. There has been multiple experiments and you can actually go on, I want to say it's the mayoclinic.com, where they have a white page series talking about hooking people up to where they're reading their vital signs, these athletes, right? And they're just picturing either doing their event, whether they're running or jumping or whatever, in their mind. They're not physically moving at all. It's just up here. And what is happening to the body physically is as if they were really doing it. Does that make sense? So all of the biometrics are going off as if have already accomplished it. They've already won the race, right? And if you're a fan of Simone Biles, she does this all the time. She has her own little machines that she hooks herself up to, and she watches her readouts. And she goes through her entire routine in her head and she gets the exact same biometrics as if she's really doing it. So if you can get up here and you can talk to yourself or you can look at pictures of yourself, imaginary pictures, your body thinks that you have it and then you go to sleep and you start manifesting it, right? You start moving into a new timeline that's better for you. Okay? Vision boards, of course, we don't have to talk about vision boards. I think everybody knows what those are, but those work for a lot of people because they're hands-on. You got to do something with them. And now they have electric vision boards, digital ones that you can download, like apps for vision boards. You can also create a vision board on Pinterest. They have a new little section of their Pinterest that you can create collage and vision boards in. So if vision boards are your thing, you can do it electronically, and I like to do it the old way. I have a whole wall over here of pictures. So if those work for you, use them. Use all of these, right? Create your own meditation. And what I mean by that is, do you like to walk when you meditate? Maybe that works better for you, right? Do you like to have music when you meditate? Do you like to sit in one place when you meditate? Do you like to meditate with your eyes open? There's lots of meditations. And maybe in that meditation, you create a step-by-step process for you to know where you're heading and what you're visualizing for where you're going. Okay? So if you're out taking a nature walk, maybe you're going through the scenarios of, for me, I can't wait to play a sold out show to Carnegie Hall. So I a lot of times imagine myself in Carnegie Hall and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. This is crazy good, right? My heart rate goes up. I'm super stoked about it. I can really feel it. I get sweaty, just like I get sweaty before I come on here with you all. Like anytime I'm in front of anybody, it's just part of it, right? It's part of the energy. Okay, so make your own meditation where you're able to see from your point of view what is happening out there in front of you. So we've went through quite a few things here. Is there any questions or is there something that I can hone in on that would make this easier for you? Bueller. Just kidding. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
It's Leslie. Time-wise, like how long, if you do these things and you don't get results, well, okay, whatever. How long?
You caught yourself. You just did it, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
How long? What is? what do you do time-wise before potentially you pivot and do something a little different? How about that?
Okay. You're just wanting to know how long it takes before you see results. Is that what I'm
Yeah.
hearing? I
Basically,
get it.
yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, instantaneously,
Mhm.
for some people, Terry in the room here,
Mhm.
okay, instantaneously, you can meet that vibration and that frequency. How long it takes, it depends on how long it takes for you to believe that you can have it. Because we have been taught that we can't have the things that we want, right? I'm here to tell you you can have anything you want because my goodness, my whole world is so different now that I'm just like, I don't even know how I got here. And now I understand it because I've done it, right? And I want to give it to you and set a frequency for you to meet so you can have it too, right? So if I tell you in 10 minutes a day, and the more you do, the better, right? You can have this. How dedicated are you going to be? And how are you going to notice the things that tell you you're on the right path? Because that's where most of us get off, right? We don't see anything. We didn't see it. How do I know, right? 9 times out of 10, in my experience, you're not paying attention to it. The signs are around you and you're not noticing what they are. Okay. So first of all, I'm getting ready. I'm already started creating some, and they will get better, I promise. Spirit stories on the Patreon channel that show you how things show up for you, and how they've shown up for me. So for instance, I have a producer now, and feathers came through very loud and clear in one of our readings. And now every time she sees feathers, she knows she's on the right path, right? Because she believes that, and like she's going through something these last couple of days, and today she saw 3 feathers, just boom, 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 and then she got a big yes, right? She said, I know it's coming. I know it's coming today. I saw 3 feathers this morning, right? Sometimes it's something as simple as feathers or number combinations, right? Or maybe the same music is playing. You know, you get the earworm over and over again. Or if you're wanting money and you're wanting to be on the money frequency, because money's a frequency, you guys, it's not abundance. It's not prosperity. Money itself is just a frequency. And if you can like dumb it down to something that simple, it's much easier for you to have it. Okay. This is true of everything. I just use money as an example because it's tangible but not tangible, right? Like love or family is really intangible, right? So let's just use money as an experience, as an example. Money is a frequency that you can be on. And you're walking down the street and you see a penny and you keep going, you don't pick up that penny. What kind of energy do you think you're accepting? That penny's not good enough for me. I'm not even going to bend over and pick it up. Or be like Tanya. I get so excited when I find a penny on the sidewalk that I start jumping around and getting like, woohoo, penny, I found a penny. What year is it? Let me add the year up. What does this mean? I mean, it has to have meaning or I would have never found this penny. And I get super stoked about finding a penny. So then if I find a penny, what do you think my guides are going to do? Damn, she got super stoked about a penny. Isn't $1 more than a penny? Like, they don't know, right? They're just like, I think this is more. Let's give her another one. Then the next thing I know, I find a $20 bill that it was in my pocket and I didn't realize it. And I stuck my hand in my coat pocket and there it is. And then I got super excited again, right? Because now I'm on the money frequency. Now I'm acknowledging that there has been money that has come into my life and I have made space for it. And I have told it how much I love it. And I want to be in the room with it. And I want to go to have coffee with it. And I want us to be pals, right? Okay. Versus, ugh, money is so hard. Money's the root of all evil. Money is awful. You know, God, if we didn't have money, the world would be a better place, whatever, right? If money was a human and we humans are energy and you heard that, would you come? Would you show up for somebody who wanted you? Like, I wouldn't. Right? But if you're the person who finds a penny and you get super excited about it, me, if I was a human as money, like money energy, I'd be all over that person. Does that make sense? I'd be so attracted to them because they wanted me to be around. It's like feng shui. When people feng shui their bedroom, I love feng shui, right? Like, if your bed is shoved up in the corner against the wall and you really, really want a partner, you ain't gonna get a partner. because the energy is not open for you to have somebody walking down the other side of that bed. You just literally shoved it and went, nope, don't want any of that. Like, totally want this bed all to myself, right? But if you open up the other side and you say, hey, universe, what I really want is some equal partnership, so each side of the bed has equal energy, right? The more likely that it's going to be to show up for you. So you got to answer that, and I love this question. Thank you, Leslie. You have to start noticing all the things around you that are working in your favor, and you have to make a big deal out of it. When I talk about frequencies, frequencies are things like your voice, right? Maybe it's just you going, whoop, 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 look what I just did, right? Maybe you snap or clap or get all excited about something that happens, right? That's just your guides picking up on your frequency that that's the right thing. And they're going to give you more of whatever that is. And if it's not good enough, send it back and have them remake your order and send it back out to you. Because if it's not right, they want to know that it's not right. It's like they are servers at a restaurant and they're working on the biggest tip of their life and they want to get your order right. If you accept whatever the hell it is that they give you and you're not 100% satisfied with it, that's on you. Right? You're going to tip them. They're going to think they did the right thing. They're going to bring you more of whatever that is. Right? Does that make sense to everybody? Mm-hmm. If you turn it back and you go, no way, I don't want that. Like there's onions on it and I forgot to tell you I didn't want onions. They'll remake it and they'll send it to you again. Okay? That's how the world works. Does that help, Leslie? Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That was fun.
Oh, good. Yay! Fun is where we're at. That's what we want to do. Does anybody else have questions before I go back to the sheet, my long sheet of lists here? Anyone? Bueller? Still good? See, questions are great. I love questions. Okay. With this piece, you can do it in a journal, like if you prefer to write, not type. I know Remarkable is an incredible program, but paper and pen are where the magic is at, y'all. That's how energy flows through and onto the paper, okay? And your guides understand it. So they haven't quite made the leap to this interesting technology thing, okay? So write it if you're wanting to journal, okay? And I highly recommend you journal. I've been keeping a journal forever. You can also, with this next section or any section, record yourself so you can replay it back to you. Because there is nothing more powerful than your own voice telling you what you're getting ready to do or what you're creating. And if you just put it in your ear and listen to it passively, right, while you're doing a million other things as we go through our daily lives, it will soak into that incredible 90% of our brain that we are not using called the subconscious and consciously create. Because it just will. So this next section, and any of these sections really, if you can record yourself in your phone, put it into your app, and then listen to it whenever you're doing something else, you will manifest a million times quicker because it's getting into your passive brain and you don't even have to really believe it. Like you don't have to be in the experience of it 100%. It'll just start soaking in, right? It's like osmosis. It's fabulous. It's like, remember when Garfield used to put the big book on his head and he would say, I'm learning by osmosis? I don't know if how many of you remember Garfield, but that's the picture that just came into my mind, y'all. This is how my brain works, or how my guides like it to work. You can also draw this, paint this, like turn it into a piece of art for yourself so you can look at it. And if you're creating it, whether it's by drawing or painting or whatever sort of medium that you use, it's going to come out and be more powerful because you are creating it, right? Another way to do this is to say it out loud, like in the mirror, like I said earlier, right? Or even better, in front of other people. So when I did this, you'll have to excuse me, my allergies are kicking, y'all. I'm so sorry. When I did this exercise the first time, and this is part of Julia Cameron's work, by the way, with the Artist Way, I was with a group of like 20 other people, and we were in a workshop together. And boy, does this become real when you're saying these crazy ass things in front of people who are also getting ready to say crazy things, right? So, and I say crazy because you want to say the things that are completely ridiculous to you right now so you can achieve them. Okay. So, I love this. Okay. It's 15 years from now. Okay. So whatever that is, 2040, right? Yeah. 2040. I don't know how old y'all are, but I'm going to be whatever that is, 50, 60, I'll be in my late 60s. It's 15 years from now, and you're telling others. So whether you're being interviewed or you're talking to your friends and family, or your friends, you're talking to other people, okay, about your life. And they are asking you, wow, how did you get here? How did you end up making your dream come true? Right? Whatever that is. This is why it's really important to know what your dream is. Okay? So you're going to answer the journalism questions, the who, what, when, where's, and why's, right? Where's here? Where are you 15 years from now? Where are you physically? Where are you mentally? Where are you emotionally? Right? Where are you? Get real about it. Like, get real serious about it. What are the accomplishments that you have made over the last 15 years that have put you there? Whether big or small, it doesn't matter. In fact, all of them, write them down, say them out loud, say them into your voice memo so you can listen to yourself. Talk about where you are, okay? And how you got there. When did you have the biggest breakthrough? What year was it? How old were you? Right? What did that breakthrough feel like? What was the breakthrough? Get color outside the lines, man. Like, maybe you time traveled. Maybe you've already went to outer space. Maybe you're living on Mars. I don't know. Like, get big with this. This is not for you to be in this reality. Okay? Like, I remember doing this the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, timeline jumping is real. And we can go back for as far as we want and change it and come back and live in that existence. Like, mine was crazy. And the entire other group of women were like, we can't touch that. And then they made us redo it again. And mine got even more crazy. I was on flying machines. I mean, I remember it vividly because I just read about it today in my journal, right? So get crazy. Are you living in outer space? Are you having a big farm in the middle of nowhere that's not in touch with anything? What are you doing? And what is the big breakthrough that got you to where you are right now, 15 years from now? Who are you surrounded by? Who's with you on this journey? Is it people that you know? Is it people that you don't know? Right? If it's people that you don't know, what are they like? What do they look like? What are the people that you already know that have been with you for the last 15 years? What are they like now? Who are they? Were they on this journey with you? Did they hold your hand? Did you do it together? Was it like a whole Wizard of Oz thing? Right? Like, get clear what's going on, right? And then how did you make it happen? How did you make it happen? You got somebody that's like, look, man, I want to write a book about you. How did you do this? Give me the step by step. Who was there? How did it happen? What did you do? What are your step by step? We're going to co-create a book together, whatever it is that gets you in this energy. Okay? Now that you've done 15 years in the future, right? From this point, so 2040. Now I want you to do the exact same thing from this right now, 2025 to 2010. Is that 15 years prior? Am I doing my math right? Okay. I'm like, you're talking to yourself, being interviewed by you in 2010. And you're talking about what has happened in your world from 2010 to 2025. And you're going to answer all those same questions. Because I guarantee you're somewhere right now, right? I guarantee you've had accomplishments. I guarantee you have people who are new and people who are old who are with you, like people who've been with you for a long time and people who are brand new in your world, right? I guarantee that you have had accomplishments and breakthroughs over the last 15 years. I can tell you something. Let me just give you an example, right? When I look at what happened between 2010 and 2025 for me, and I think about this exercise, and I really got teary-eyed today when I did this for myself because I realized how far I came. I quit a corporate job in 2011 that, I mean, I was at the top of my game. I moved to a whole different state across the country. I came from Kentucky and ended up in Sedona, right? I reinvented my work life over and over again. I've had multiple careers in the last 15 years. I was in a really rotten relationship and got out of that rotten relationship into a really great relationship, right? And as I was talking to myself 15 years ago, I was like crying because I did not realize how much of a quantum leap I had made into a new and better life. I mean, I knew my life had gotten immensely better, obviously, but I just didn't realize when the breakthroughs were until I started looking at them, right? Until I started realizing, like, holy crap, I did this. I created it, just like you are creating it, and you have to take credit for it. I don't care who helps you get there. They can have a pat on the back. You're the one who's made the decision, and you're in complete control of it, and you have to be the one to say thank you to yourself for creating a new existence. You're worth it, you're valuable, and you can have it. I mean, I could do something just over the last 18 months of my life. I could just talk to myself 18 months ago and go, girl, calm your cool. I'm going to use a new lingo, cool your tits. Everything's fucking fine, right? Like, seriously. So go talk to your 15 years ago self about where you are right now. And then record it, journal it, paint it, draw it, say it out loud, whatever you need to do. This exercise is incredibly powerful because you're going to see how far you've come and how far you're getting ready to go. That's why I want you to have these big, expansive thoughts. I want you to step into this new reality and see how close you can get to it. Because, I mean, 15 years, we literally could be living on Mars. Let's be honest. I mean, the way things are moving right now, I'm just like, nothing surprises me anymore. Like, everything is fabulous. What else are we going to do, right? So, also, I want you to, when you look back at the last 15 years, I want you to really assess who is still with you. What energy bodies, other human beings, are around you still? Because you grew in the last 15 years. You raised your frequency. You quantum leaped without knowing that you even did it. Who is still in that same energy with you? Right? Because you probably outgrown a lot of people. I know I have. Right? And that's okay. You can outgrow as many people as you want. They're still playing their game and you can support them in it. But you are in a different frequency playing a whole different game board. They're playing Jenga and you're over here playing Fortnite. Okay? Let them play whatever they're playing. You've leveled into a new energy. It doesn't mean it's up or down. It just means you're playing on a whole different game board. And then also assess who is with you right now. Who is in your corner? And who feels like they are going to be with you? Because I guarantee you, the people that have been with you for 15 years, right, will feel similar to the people who are with you now. And you will know who's going to break away and who you're going to have to leave behind really easily when you start looking at those parties. I'm going to just give you a really specific example. Daniel, you've been with me for over 20 years. And we have taken big breaks in our friendship. Like, not that we've not been friends, we've always been friends, but like where we didn't talk all the time, right? But Daniel's been with me most of my life. Blue has been with me a long period in my life. LaRue has been with me a long period in my life, right? I have a beautiful gift. My dad told me I had a gift of collecting the best friends, right? That's why I'm like, when they're all saying all these things, I'm like, yep, there's a reason why. I mean, because I've gotten really good at knowing who my people are going to be and who's going to be with me and who isn't. It's just sometimes hard for me to admit that I'm going to have to let some people go, or that we're not resonating on the same frequency anymore. And that's a really hard challenge for me, because I love people and I want people to remain in my circle as much as possible because I want to help. But sometimes the only way to help is to let them go, and you keep going and let them catch up to you. Don't lower your energy to help anybody else. Protect your energy. Hold your power to you. Okay? Okay. I have one more little exercise for you. This is a really good one. And then I have a quick question that I would love your input on. And then I'll pull cards for everybody. So one last exercise. This is a really fun one that I want you to... I just think this will be easier for most of us to get into this quantum leaping, this quantum jumping, okay? Because, I mean, I'm sure we've all fantasized about having a big lottery win, like $1 million. Let's just say $1 million, right? I am certain that there's not too many people on this planet that haven't at least thought, wow, this is what I would do, right? Whether you would do it or not really doesn't matter, but you think you know what you would do when you got the money, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say you have $1 million check. I don't care how you got it. Doesn't matter whether it's work that you do or you win a lottery. None of that matters. You have $1 million check made out to you in your name, and it's Monday morning, and you go to the bank and you deposit your check. Now the bank says, awesome, $1 million. Fantastic. There's a 5-day hold on that check. Right? That's normal. You're waiting 5 days for that money to come in and be accessible to you for whatever stupid rules the banks want to play, okay? We don't need to worry about why. But those 5 days that you're waiting for that money to become available to you, it's a sure thing. You have the check. You just put it in the bank. You know it's going to go through. How's your life different for those next 5 days? What are you doing differently for those next 5 days? I could tell you, me right now, I feel so smug. I'm like, there's so many no's that I would not be doing. There's so many things I would say no to that I say yes to, right? I don't do it as much anymore, but when I first started doing this exercise, there was a whole lot of me going, oh, I would not do that. I would totally not do that. That would not be on my agenda. Nope, like none of, right? I don't have as many of those anymore, right? But imagine the confidence if you already know that that is available to you. What are you doing? I mean, it's easy for us in the old paradigm, and I'm including me in this because what I just gave you was an old paradigm mindset, right? This is what I'd say no to. That's negative, right? This is what I wouldn't do anymore. Right? And I don't want to get us stuck on that. You have $1 million, you got 5 days. What are you going to do? What are you doing? Who are you helping? Are you buying a house, a car? Are you getting an attorney, a really great CPA? You building a trust? Right? What are you doing with that money? And how in those 5 days before it becomes available to you, are you getting ready for that success? How are you using those 5 days, those hours, to be ready for when it is accessible to you? And when you know what that is, go live it. Go do it. As if you already have it. Right? Now, I'm not saying quit your job. Although if you can, please do. However, what I am saying is go through life every single day with the confidence that you know that that is already there and it will show up for you. Because you will attract it like a magnet, because your whole being resonates in that energy. And it can't help it. It can't help but come to you because you're a magnet with it. Does that make sense to everybody? And I love that exercise because, boy, I don't know how many times I've imagined having $1 million in my account. Like, I'm like, I have gone so far as to, I've got a list of attorneys and CPAs and all kinds of things because I'm like, when I have it, I want to be ready. Right? Okay. So get ready for your success. Plan it out. What does it look like? How are you preparing for that? Right? Whatever your success is, money is just easy because it's something that everybody thinks about, right? If it's a baby that you want, I'm not saying that any of us are having babies, but if you do want to have a baby or have a kid or whatever, what is your life like? How does it change? What are you getting ready for, right? You want to move to another country? You want to live in a different, environment? What is it like? Do the research. Get all the media that you're intaking to agree with what it is that you're creating. So if you want to live like I do in a total fantasy world, I read a lot of fantasy books. I watch a lot of fantasy movies, right? I dress like a fantasy person most of the time, right? Because that's what I'm creating for myself. And the more I surround myself with it, the easier it is for me to have it. Okay. So there's a million other things that I could tell you to do. These are just some of the things that I do that really help me get from point A to where like I am right now and beyond. Okay. And I would say the biggest part of it is making sure that you are surrounded by people who lift you. If you have people around you, I'm going to get emotional because I love my people so much. If you have people around you that do not make you feel like this, they are not your people. And you can love them from over there because they will hold you back from the things that you want the most. Not intentionally. It's not an intention that other people hold you back. I don't want you to think there's people twisting their mustaches trying to make your life miserable. Okay. Cannot wait to make them hateful. No, they don't know. You can separate yourself from that energy and still love them. I mean, I got a whole family I do this to every day. So they live back in Kentucky for a reason. I love them dearly. I cannot be around them. They're not on my vibration. Right? So get people around you that will lift you and will help you with this. Okay? I'll be one of those people. Email me. I love you guys. I want to help you. That's my joy. I get to do this. This is not work. It's love. I mean, I get to do what I love. I mean, my God, I've been wanting this my whole life. I didn't know this was going to be it. Right? Okay. Any questions about any of that before I ask a quick question? No, nothing. You all are like so Bueller today. I love it. Okay, I don't love it. I actually love it when you talk to me. But for those of you who have been in my previous salons, and what if you and you don't have to like just answer now if you don't want to. You can think about it and email me. What from our past salons stick out to you that you like the most? Because I just want to know what resonated and what stuck with each one of you, and if you can say it now, great. And if you can't, that's okay. You can email me. I want to expand on some of those things, but I want to know what resonated with you over the last year, because I've been doing these for about a year now, and every month is a whole different subject. So, we've done tea, we've done meditations, we've done media diets, we've done crystals, we've done all kinds of things. And for those of you who are first timers, and I appreciate you guys so much, what is it you want to know more about? Like if there's something, and I know sometimes like you're like, God, there's so much in the world, I don't know what I don't know, right? But if there's something that's like, God, I wish I understood witchcraft or spells or whatever, I don't know, whatever it is you're interested in, let me know, because then I can start creating some of these salons around that, okay? And we'll start having some more guests this year, like I did last year, over the next couple of months. Okay, so anybody want to expound on that before I start pulling cards for everybody? Nope. Okay, moving on. All good. Now everybody's going to get a card. Remember, our overall energy is allow yourself space. So whatever you need to do to allow yourself space over the next 4 weeks, please do that. Take care of yourselves. create your own, like we did altars last year, create an altar, or if you already have an altar, it's time to change it up, right? I usually change mine every season. What, like take care of you, put you first over the next few weeks. I mean, always, but now is the time to really put your best foot forward in that. And so as I'm going through and I'm giving everybody a card today, if a card for someone else resonates with you, take that meaning for yourself too. Okay. It's not just for them. Sometimes there's some crossover. You're all going to get cards, but take the messages that help you. They're not exclusive. Okay. Although they may hit the person I'm talking to might go, oh my God, it's right on the money, right? But if you're over here going, well, shit, that's going on in my world too. Good. Take it. It's meant for you. Okay. Hi, Carmen. Good for you on this one. So you're getting the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles is leaving a legacy. Every card has over 1,000 meanings, right? So I'm just going to go into the ones that they are talking about for you. Okay. This is my legacy building card. Girl, I really think that you would be upset if your name wasn't on a building and you were to cross over, right? You have, and I mean that like, loosely, like you want to be remembered for something, right? So the story on this card, and I think it's more than just being remembered. Like, I think you really, truly have a yearning to leave an indelible mark of good on the planet, okay? They're really being very, like hammering at me about it right now. So this is really important for you. The story of the card is the guy on the bench is the actual person doing all the work. And then there's the architect, and then there's the minister, preacher, whatever he is, the man of the cloth, right? They're building a cathedral here. It takes all three. So the message for you is you can't do it alone. And you've been trying. And that's why it's not working. Okay? So there's a reason why you came here. And the reason why you came here to Quantum Leap is here's your answer. You are still in a mindset of your old paradigm where I'm going to do it all by myself. I will figure it out come hell or high water.
Right. Yeah.
Been there, done that.
I've been stuck in it. I can't get out of it. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to get help, and you'll get out of it. You'll leap right into this new thing.
Right.
Okay. I do really feel like it's 3 other people, so a total of 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I don't feel like they're all going to come in like one big clump and go, hello, can we help you? I think it's more that you're going to need like an assistant and someone to, bad ideas off of, and then someone to actually get the work done or whatever, build the work or whatever it is. They're coming. And I feel like you're going to have at least 2 of them before the end of February.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So really open your mind to receive them though, because
Right.
I feel like one of them, you might just laugh it off because I feel like they might be young and you might just not believe that they're at the par that you want them to be. How's that sound?
Okay. Well, that sounds
Don't
interesting.
blow them
Yeah.
off. Okay?
Okay.
Don't blow them off. You need some help with this. Okay.
Right.
Do these exercises to get clear on, how it's going to play out this year. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Any questions on this? This is good.
No, I got chills, so no questions.
Okay.
That's a good
All
thing,
right.
I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So teamwork makes the dream work, darling. Don't do it by yourself. That's no fun. It's
Right.
way more fun to have a party with other people.
It is. Yes.
Yes, totally. Miss LaRue, you're getting the 7 of Swords today, and this is about, girl, for you, this is really about you protecting this mind of yours, staying positive, being on the up and up. Okay, 7s are about perception changes. Swords are about thoughts. They want you to leave the shitty ones behind. That's the 2 that are standing up here. And take the ones that are working for you. So focus on that good stuff. Okay? I'm always here. We'll get into a giggle fest. Any questions? Okay. And I know you, so I know. So you're okay. Okay? All right. Kim, it's about damn time. In a minute. Girl, you're finally at the end of a big cycle. Finally. this month. I really feel like a lot of that old stuff that you're still like trying to clear out, right? It's going to clear up this month. This is the world. The world is the end of an entire book, an entire volume, and you're starting a new volume. Okay? Uh, here's your warning. Let it go. It feels like there's a couple of things that you're really holding on to, and they're going to go. So, I mean, they're going to go whether you let them go or not. It'll be better.
Yeah.
Okay? So be gentle. Feels like there's some emotional stuff in here. Okay? So be gentle with yourself over the next month. Okay? World card. Just know it's divinely guided. Okay? Like
Yep.
it's happening in the right way. Okay? Any questions on that?
Is it my job? Is my job one of them?
No. This is
Okay.
personal. This feels personal.
Okay. Okay.
Feels like a lot of closure on some things.
Okay.
Okay. Feel better? I felt that desperation in your voice a little bit. Okay.
I was hoping you'd say yes.
Hi, Daniel. This one's for you. I described this card to you earlier today. Two of Wands. This is about it's not good enough. I'm going to rebuild it again.
Yeah.
I know how great it is now, but I can do one more thing or two more things and I can make this so much better. Okay?
Yeah.
This is one of my gateway cards. Like literally we're talking about gateways and they're like, "Hey, go. Step through this gateway. Just because you're in a castle now doesn't mean the castle that you're building isn't going to be that much better." Okay?
Yeah.
Any questions on this?
No, I get it. Thank you.
Yes, Daniel. I cannot wait until people know how amazing your work is. And they all get on board with it because it's very, very, very cool.
Thank you.
All right. Miss Reitman, this one's for you. Girl, get serious. Boundaries are an important thing. She is the Queen of Swords. And queens take action in my deck. And it's really time for you to take action on no is a complete sentence. You don't owe anybody anything. Okay? If you don't want to do something, you can just say no. Okay? She has many meanings, but for you, this is about getting really good boundaries. Like really just, I just can't let anything like this near me anymore. Right? I cannot pander to this lower vibrational energy anymore. And it's you who has to take action on it. You have to say, no, I'm not. And the minute that you do, it's like that penny story I told earlier, right? The minute that you put your foot down and say no, it gets easier and other people will heed it without you even saying anything. Like they'll feel it. You know what I mean? They just won't approach you anymore. So don't be upset if you're talking and you're talking directly to another person and they walk off in the middle of conversation. It means that they can't even hear you because you're on a whole different level than they are. So don't be offended. Be happy about that because they're not in your vibration. Okay? Make sense?
Yes.
Any questions?
That's a loaded question. I'll say no.
Okay. It's not a loaded question, but I just want to make sure that if you needed clarifying,
I got it.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Blue. It's a little bit nostalgic for you. There's a whole lot going on with your inner child right now. And I really think it's you, I'm just gonna like making nicey nice and reclaiming that beautiful, the good stuff from childhood because it is going to help you. And we've been talking a lot about your childhood and things that have been coming back to you and thoughts and memories and items. Well, it's now time for you to tell that story where you are empowered and you get the win. Right? It's not about remembering the negative stuff. It's about the joy of this stuff coming back to you and how it made you feel. Like that rocking chair, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, totally.
So get your inner child back to you. Start seeing all that stuff as a huge win and all that knitting back together for you. And please, it's funny what they're showing me. They're like, remember that a weld is stronger than the metal. Like a solid piece of metal, if you weld two pieces of metal together, the weld is much stronger than the solid piece.
Yes, that makes
Okay,
sense.
just like bones, right? When your bones knit back together, the actual
Yeah.
knitting is stronger than the bone was originally to begin with.
Yeah.
And they want you to remember that so you can remember that you're strong, right? And that your childhood, you had some really great stuff going on, right? And it'll just fortify you for the next 15 years or so. Okay. Any questions?
No, thank you, love.
You're welcome, sweet pea. Oh my goodness, Dan. First of all, it's an 8, and 8's all about manifestation. And you're here at a manifestation leaping, quantum leaping portal love fest in this magic salon. And they are showing you the 8 of Pentacles this time. Okay, you're going to be in this energy. They're wanting to be real clear. You got about 3 weeks. This is working diligently on something that you really love. This is like Merlin energy. Like Merlin was an introvert who loved creating, and he made Excalibur thousands of times before it was good enough to go in the stone, right? And he loved it. He wanted it to be perfect for King Arthur, right? And that's what you're doing right now, right? So you got about 3 weeks of just really like loving what you're doing and doing it from a creating perspective so you can have more of what you want. So here's your drawback in this energy. If you don't like it, don't do it. If it makes you feel anything other than joy, it's not the right thing for you. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So I wouldn't do this if I didn't love it. I mean, I love this. I've done a whole lot of things that I've done that I didn't love, right? Nothing feels like this. This is amazing. And if I think if I could do this for the rest of my life, wow, I'm going to have the best life ever, right? You've got 3 weeks of doing the work that gets you in the mindset that I'm in right now. Okay? And they are challenging you to do that. And I really think it's all the things we talked about today, really hammering down and going, you know what? I'm ready to be in this new timeline and I'm going to do it. So please do not watch or intake anything that lowers your vibration. Y'all, like, look, please don't watch the news right now. It's fucked up and we don't need to be a part of that. Okay? I was a journalist, like just don't, unless it's somebody that you really trust. May I highly recommend 1440 if you really want to keep up with it, or Under the Desk News, okay? Otherwise, just don't. Just don't. It's okay. There's other people out there watching it. What are you going to do about it anyway other than lament and add to the energy, okay? Try to be happy. Start getting, and especially for you, Dan, like, if it doesn't make you happy, don't read it, don't watch it, don't intake it right now, especially these next 3 weeks. Okay, there's something really major happening at the end of February for you, and they want you to be ready for it. Okay, so like think those last 8 days of February, so from the 20th to the 28th, because I don't think we're in a leap year this year. Okay, you have any questions about this one?
No, it's 8 of Pentacles, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
It's good energy and you're going to enjoy it. So please enjoy it. Like that's important. You should be having fun. Oh, Terry, it's about time for you too. You're getting the Ace of Cups. So what are cups? They're all about love and emotions and really good stuff. I really feel like you're already in this. And this is a new offer that's going to make your cups overflow. Okay. It is important that you choose the direction you want to go in. They're really pointing out this compass that this dove of peace is here. I feel like you've got some choices on what direction you're getting ready to go in. So go with your heart's desire. And if you don't like it, you can choose again. We're never locked into our choices. You can always choose again. Okay? Okay, it's coming. Let me know. Like this is a real offer. I think overflowing cups.
I think it's already here.
What? What'd you say?
I think it's already here.
I, yeah, I have chills. I think you're right. We'll talk. Good job. Very, very happy for you, darling. D, it's about time for you too, my friend. It is about your emotions right now. This is King of Cups energy. I feel like this is another person in your life that's really showing up in this energy, like full on emotional adult. Joyful, happy, all those things, but a complete adult, like totally understands what they're made of. This is beautiful. I feel like it's somebody who really grew over the last short period of time. Like all of a sudden they're like, I get this game now. I know how to be better. Believe them. They're working really, really hard. They know you're worth it.
Is
They
this
know
like
you're worth it.
related to work or personal or what?
This feels personal. This feels personal. But it's finally somebody realizing that you're worth it, and they're going to show up like they get it. They've grown a lot. So at least entertain a little bit of spoils. Okay?
Okay.
At least
Got it.
entertain the spoils. How's that? Oh, Kie, good for you. You're getting the strength card. I think you've been really working on this really hard and diligently, especially these last few weeks. And this is really about you getting the trigger reactions under control so you can know that you're in your full power, right? You're pulling your power back to you at this point. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's everybody. Did I get everybody? Except for Lars. My sweet Lars, because your camera's off. Sorry, sweetie. I know you're there. Hang on. Let me pull you a card. Ooh, it jumped out of the deck. Oh, okay. No more of this, my love. No more Eight of Swords. This is
What does that mean?
basically you're all up in your head about things and worrying about things that aren't real. So the story of the card is she lives in a castle. Let me find it for you. Right here. Right?
Yeah.
She's out taking a walk on the beach. She's got a scarf on. The wind kicks up and it wraps her up. And all the swords are the thoughts that she's having. The tide is coming in. I'm going to die. I'm never going to get untied. Just worrying about nothing. All she has to do is shimmy, because she's not really tied up, right? All she has to do is shimmy and then walk back to her little castle and she'll be fine. So don't stress about things right now, babe. It's not worth it. Okay?
Can you give me a little more information? Because I'm stressing about a lot of things.
I know you are. We live together. And we will talk about it when we get off, because we're almost at the end here, and I got some questions. So I will elaborate on this. They
Okie
just want you to
dokie.
calm down. Okay? Can you hear it in his voice, you all? He's resigned. Okay. Before we close out, I'm very proud of myself, y'all. It's 7:29. Is there any questions that I can answer? Or is there any comments that you would like to make? Or is there something that you would like to share with the group before we, close out of this session? Anyone? Not a soul. Okay. Then I'm going to plug the Patreon group one more time. That is where the majority of my content is now going. I have tried 4 times now to delete my Instagram and it just keeps popping back up. So I'm very, very upset about this. I'm just not on there much anyway, and I don't have any traction, so I don't really care to keep it. I'm also just not on Facebook as much because I don't get as much interactive stuff on there as I do on like TikTok and YouTube. I'm not even feeding them as much anymore. I'm really wanting to put my energy over to Patreon. That's where I'm going to focus, because I really want people to have a safe place that is not filled with a bunch of ads and gunk and negativity. Okay. So I've got a little plan. I'm going to at least put, 2 to 3 posts out to everyone for free every week, including a card video that's just energy of the week. That's just for you to use. Okay. And then beyond that, there are other things, but I just want you to have a safe, honored space to come and visit when you feel like you need some uplifting. Okay. When you feel like you need some extra love. And you can email me anytime. Like, I love getting your all's emails. So I'm an open channel whenever you need it. And otherwise, I love you and thank you for being here. And I love you, Ruth. Thank you, sweet pea. And I will get this video up probably by tomorrow on YouTube, and I will send everybody out the video link so you can rewatch and do these exercises. Please commit for you, not for me. Your birds are agreeing with me, Kie. Commit to practicing every day. There's a ton of options, and you can change it up every single day. Start with 10 minutes. Just commit to 10 minutes. Turn your clock on, your timer, and do it. Make it part of your workout. If you go to the gym, Carmen, and you work out, add this to it. It's only 10 minutes, right? And then if you can do 2 10-minute sessions or 3 or 20-minute sessions, whatever you need to do, put yourself first and start practicing. And if you can commit to 2 solid weeks and make little notes, I guarantee you will have enough positive change, enough quantum leaping into a desired location that you will want to keep on doing it. Just 2 weeks. Right? Right, Leslie? You can do 2 weeks. You'll see it, but you have to notice it. You can't take it for granted. You can't practice it and then not notice when the things are happening for you. Okay? You have to honor when they do show up, no matter how big or small they are. Okay? And if something is perceivedly negative, then they're trying to show you to go in a different direction, right? So don't keep beating your head against the same wall. Because if it feels like it's an uphill battle, your guides are literally going, yeah, I'm trying to make it uphill so you won't go this way. I want you to go another way, an easier way, right? And then let me know how it goes. Okay? Okay. I love you, and I will see you next month, and I will let you know when that is. Okay? And I will talk to you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.
You.
Bye.
Bye.